Hello everyone, I am Jericho. I am the Program Director of IdeaUp Challenge and welcome to the competition. Start up, start better.
Empieza ahora, empieza mejor.
Comienza ahora, comienza millor.
Comincia adesso, comincia meglio.
Yukarıdan başla, iyi başla.
Начни выше, начни лучше.
IdeaUp Challenge.
Muy buenas tardes a todos, buenas tardes a todos, good afternoon everyone, bienvenidos a la gala final de la IdeaUp Challenge. Han sido 6 meses de muchísimo trabajo y me gustaría agradecer a todos los que nos acompañáis en el día de hoy, especialmente autoridades de Generalitat, Esade, Ayuntamiento que nos acompañará también más tarde y también del Gobierno de España mediante vídeo. Muchísimas gracias a todos por venir, en el que es, Pablo, evidentemente, el momento más importante, ¿no?, de estos 6 meses.
Efectivamente, después de 6 meses de duro trabajo donde empezaron 14 empresas, han acabado presentando solo 5 y esperemos que hoy vayan a tener mucho éxito porque al final ellos hoy son los verdaderos protagonistas, ¿verdad, Alex?
Exacto, Pablo. Y ahora ya sí, para dar oficialmente, inaugurar este acto, me gustaría invitar aquí al escenario a don Eduardo Berché, decano de la Facultad de Derecho de Esade Business and Law, que nos deleitará con unas palabras. Un aplauso, por favor.
Bueno, buenas tardes a todos. Yo no voy a poder poner el ritmo y el entusiasmo que han puesto estos estudiantes, es increíble. Y, bueno, mi presentación va a ser muy simple. En primer lugar, dar las gracias y la bienvenida a todos ustedes. Empezaré pues, por quien me va a seguir tras mi intervención, Adriana Freitas, que hablará de Impact Investing. A todos los participantes, todos los equipos, los ponentes, aquellos representantes de las administraciones que nos acompañan, como no, a los colaboradores y, sobre todo, también al equipo de Ennova. Mi mini presentación va a consistir en 3 partes. Una primera, que consiste en una buena noticia. Una segunda, una felicitación, y una tercera que sería, yo diría que es un híbrido entre recomendación y consejo. Bueno, empezamos por la buena noticia. Mi presentación va a durar menos de lo estipulado, entre otras cosas porque nos hemos comido el tiempo, pero luego cuando acabe entenderán la razón. O sea, mi presentación va a ser muy breve, afortunadamente para ustedes. Felicitación, el segundo tema que quisiera tratar, felicitación. Bueno, de verdad es increíble que jóvenes que están estudiando un grado duro, difícil, o un doble grado duro, muy difícil, tengan tiempo para organizar eventos como este en tiempos tan complejos. Tiene, la verdad, que un mérito increíble, de verdad, enhorabuena. Y me hace ver una esperanza, me hace vislumbrar esperanza en el futuro, porque si los jóvenes son capaces de hacer esto, tenemos futuro. Por eso cuando los agoreros me dicen, bueno, es que estos jóvenes de hoy no saben trabajar, no saben esforzarse, no son resilientes. Yo miro a mis estudiantes y digo, ¿a qué jóvenes se refiere? Por supuesto que hay ninas y nines y gente pues, que sobrevive, pero hay muchos jóvenes que se lo toman muy en serio y que están dispuestos a que esa sociedad cambie y mejore. Y eso pues, es una luz de esperanza, la verdad, una luz de esperanza. Con eventos como este hacen que la marca Esade no solo sobreviva, sino mejore, se posicione todavía mejor. Porque al final, como yo siempre digo, no me presentes, y aquí tengo algún colaborador mío, no me presentes una gran idea, no me presentes un negocio, no me presentes un proyecto porque no creo en ellos, creo en quién los va a desarrollar, creo en las personas, porque detrás de cada proyecto, si hay la persona adecuada, ese proyecto, ese negocio, esa idea será un éxito, y si no, será un fracaso. Y bueno, pues que hay alumnos como estos, pues hace que Esade tenga futuro y que desde luego nuestra sociedad tenga futuro. Siempre digo que Esade no ha de ser conocido por sus profesores, así ha sido siempre y así ha de seguir siendo. Esade tiene que ser conocido por sus alumnos y sus antiguos alumnos. Aquí nos acompañan algunos que vienen a este acto como autoridades, pero que son antiguos alumnos. Y eso, pues la verdad es que me llena de orgullo. Y llena de orgullo a Esade. Y por último, la reflexión, recomendación. Mirad, si me permitís una reflexión, recomendación, y con esto acabo, no invitéis nunca a nadie por lo que representa, por a quién representa. Invitar siempre a alguien a un acto como este, por quién es, qué va a decir, qué nos ofrece, pero no por lo que representa esa persona o a quién representa esa persona. Ir a la persona, a lo que es y a lo que os ofrece. Yo aquí vengo en representación de Esade, pero no vienen a oírme a mí, afortunadamente para ustedes y desgraciadamente para mí, vienen a escuchar esos proyectos, estos ponentes, disfrutar de esta jornada. Y precisamente por eso les dije que mi presentación iba a ser muy breve, porque, como decía, no vienen por mí, sino vienen por estos brillantes alumnos. Solo queda, pues, desearos mucha suerte, daros la enhorabuena por tan magnífico acto, de verdad, tan magnífico acto, además que no paráis porque hace nada estaba presentando otro y además también increíble, de una materia totalmente distinta, un tema de litigaciones, es decir, es increíble. Pues nada, os deseo éxito en este acto, espero que sigáis mi consejo y que lo recordéis. Muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes y enhorabuena.
Muchas gracias a don Eduardo Berche y a Esade por el apoyo que nos ha dado durante estos 6 meses y nos brinda cada año. Pero ¿qué os parece si empezamos ya a explicar cómo va a ir esta gala después de estos 6 largos meses, verdad, Alex?
Exactly. If you don't mind, we'll switch to English due to the fact that teams will present their projects to all of you in English. So today we're here in the final gala of IdeaUp Challenge, a 6-month program where 14 teams have started this program, and here today we have the 5 final teams. This program is a 6 months program where teams have been working really hard and they have overcome 4 different phases. The first phase, which was team building phase, where they contact all participants and formed their teams. Afterwards, they came to the second phase, which was ideation phase, where they developed their idea, starting developing their idea, and finally then passed to the third phase, prototyping, where they took their idea into action. They're starting prototyping and bringing their idea into reality. And finally, the communication phase, where they have come over a challenge gala, and from the 14 teams, as I said, we have here 5 teams we have classified for the final gala.
I want to thank you from Ennova and from IdeaUp Challenge organization, our mentors, because every team has been mentored by a top mentor, a top entrepreneur in the Barcelona entrepreneurship ecosystem. So thank you, mentors. I don't want to explain them all, I just want to show them to you. It's been a great team of mentors that has been mentoring the teams. Xavi Verdaguer, Alexandra González, Joaquim Serra, Adriana Freitas, Laura Gómez, Gemma Vallet, Francesc Sardanya, Humbert Conti. We have here Carlos Solana, Javier Sánchez Marco, Kim Karstoff, and finally, but not least, Ramon Pep Garcia and Urs Goldmeier. Thank you, mentors. You are part of this program. You are helping the teams a lot, and the teams and we are so proud of you. So I want to please ask you for an applause for our mentors, because they've been helping us a lot throughout these months. Thank you very much. We will have a gift, a small gift for them at the end of the gala, so we will talk about it afterwards. Also, our jury, we have a top jury today that is going to evaluate the teams and is going to choose the winner, who is winning this IdeaUp Challenge. So, our jury today is Oriol Juncosa, Marta Oller, Ivan Bofarull, Begoña Perdiguero, Daniel Marco, Nina Lastruey, also Jared Hill, Enric Joguer, Jan Brinkman, also Jaime Lladó. This is our jury today. Thank you very much also, and please a round of applause for our jury that is joining us today. Thank you very much, jury, also for joining us today. And also a thank you note to our partners. We also want to thank our partners that have been supporting us throughout the 6 months and also in other Ennova programs. Thank you very much also to our partners. You have them here, especially DKV and Nucleo and Esade, that have been helping us as global partners. And then the other ones that you can see here, educational partners, Student Council of Vitec, Toulouse Business School, Pompeu Fabra, Universitat Rovira i Virgili, also corporate partners. Thank you very much. Imagine Creativity Center for the method. Also, La Cámara de Emprenedors, we have his president, Alexandra, here. Thank you for joining us today. Esade Creapolis, Del Carnegie, we have Jaime Lladó also here representing Del Carnegie, Startups Catalonia Axio, the Esade Entrepreneurship Institute, Jan Brinkman from the Esade Entrepreneurship Institute is here today with us, thank you very much. Also Coca-Cola, Founders Data Bridge for Billions, and ONZA. So thank you all, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting us in this program. Let's explain maybe a little bit how the Gala is going to work today, so that everyone knows what are we going to do in this event. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So David, we're going to start first with a speech by Adriana Freitas, that is the partner and CEO of Master Ventures, and then the first 3 teams are going to start with their final pitch, right, Alex?
Exactly. After the first 3 teams presenting their projects, we will have Daniel Marco, the General Director of Innovation and Digital Economy at the Generalitat de Catalunya, and we will end up with the final 2 presentations of the today 5 finalists that we have in the final gala.
After all these presentations, you all, the public, the audience, and the ones that are following us from home via streaming are going to vote, and also the jury is going to vote, and then we're going to decide who is winning the gala. Before naming and before announcing the winner, we will have speeches from our partners and also from institutions joining us today, and after these speeches, we will move on to announcing the winner, and this will close the gala for today. So thank you all for joining. We hope you like this event. I want to give the floor now to Adriana Freitas, that is going to talk about impact investing. She's a venture capitalist, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy very much Adriana's talk. So Adriana, please welcome to the stage, and thank you very much everyone for joining us today. Welcome, Adriana.
Hello and good night. It's my first time speaking in a mask, so I hope I can do it okay. Who here knows what is impact? Impact. So the definition from impact, if you go in the dictionary, it says that it's something you do and you're expecting a result. The result can be good or can be bad, but if the result is part of the impact of what you're creating. And that is a thing that, a lot of being said about impact investing. But the key point here is measurement. And the idea that you need to measure. Again, a lot of have been said, if you go in the US, very badly about impact investing. Because a thing that everybody knows called greenwashing. So you probably already, who here already played a golf tournament is sponsored by a petroleum company as an ecological statement? I did it twice, but I only discovered they were using that money for ecology in a golf tournament, and both in Brazil and the US. So sometimes, one thing you need to be clear, if you're doing something in impact, you need to acknowledge that you need to measure that to fully know if that is good or if that is bad. So here we are talking about impact investing, and we always think all technology companies should be doing impact investing. And maybe impact investing should be a thing that nobody should talk about it, because all investments should go for a positive impact. But what we think ourselves as the idea of being able to help to create a path of impact for tech companies. So that is the start. So as you can see, impact investing is growing in Europe. So the past 2 years, we had 11 billion being invested in impact investing. There's also proof that impact investing can scale properly. And in the past 2 years, a lot of tools have been generated in impact investing. So if you guys probably follow that, you know that, Spain joined the GSG in the end of 2019. And that was like a big push for all the impact investors in both Spain and Portugal also joined in the previous year. So all the things you're saying is pushing us to be able to do a better impact investing. But again, there is different definitions on impact investing. So there is investing for impact, and there is investing with impact. So everybody knows, the grant, the social investments, the social impact. But we are here doing an impact, investing with impact. The companies, investors like us do, is companies that are for profit, have the entire business for profit, but at the same time has a social impact being created. So the line is very well created and shall be clear even when you're sitting, because when you put us outside that you are doing impact investing, a bunch of ONGs come up. It's no, I go for profit. And it's what is that? So this is it's clear. The definition should be clear also. So the way we analyze these companies is a similar one. So we need to have the USP, we need to have the team, the scalability, but we also want to see a strong impact, a well-defined KPIs. And the way we analyze this is we have an entire impact criteria where we go and see if this company is creating a direct impact. The target group, if the revenues are aligned between what they are doing and what they are creating. And we also try to help them to reach all the players they have on that revenue value chain they are creating. And again, we need to measure. So my advice to you guys and all the startups going into this sector is there is amazing tools that are free, that you can go and think about it. But all measures are based on what? When you go measure something, you need to plan what you're going to measure. You need to do the measure, and then you need to report. So all these three areas, it sounds simple, but you have to know when you're doing anything, you need to know, to have a real plan on that. And again, I'm an investor. I'm not a consultancy. Again, when you go for impact investing, you're going to see a bunch of corporations hiring very important consulting companies to explain to you what is impact investing, how to calculate the KPIs, and what they are doing. And I'm talking about those consultancies are doing an amazing job, and they are creating amazing tools. But as a startup, you're not going to be able to pay a $50K for a consulting firm to come every week to give you, what is impact investing. But again, you have the tools, and you can create your own process on starting reporting into that. So the idea here, and again, is nothing that someone can come and give you as a report. Okay, your company is here is the report. No, it comes from the values that you have on your company. And the values are the culture, the entire thing, what you want to do, what is your why, where you want to achieve. What is the program structure that you have on thinking on achieving all those steps, and creating what is called the theory of change. I don't know if anybody have tried to do a theory of change. It sounds very complicated, but you probably do that when you want to, make a change in your life and think about it, all these steps. So you need to analyze, what is the resources you need? What is the activities you need? What type of, outputs and outcomes you want to create? So there is a clear path on here, what you want to plan for your work, and what is your intent results. Again, all the results are intent here because you didn't measure yet. So there is tools mentioned here. SOPAC is an easy tool that you guys can join and use. We, in our fund, we are using Impact Measurement Project. So they have those 5 dimensions that you shall look. I know, you guys already went through like the entire, business plan, canvas and all that. We all know that. So there is a different one here. I hope that doesn't stop you guys. And also like Iris Plus, they have some of the results of someone that went to analysis, so it's like an easy tool that also helps. And we shall never forget the SDGs. The SDGs, I know, they are 17, but inside each one, there is like 15 or 9. In some ways, there is like 203 different items inside the SDGs that you can look and truly say, I am doing SDG number 9, industry innovation. But I'm doing like the 9.4. I'm doing like, improving the distribution on value chain. And that is knowing truly what you're doing to improve that exactly impact. And when you're talking about your generating impact, people would understand that. So this is like a quick summary of what is Deep Green. We are addressing the most pressing problems: sustainability, education, healthcare, and fair humanity and social tech. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed the event today, and thanks for the invitation. And if you guys need any help, my name is Adriana Freitas, and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adriana, for the pitch and your presence today. But now, let's start with the first final presentation of the IdeaUp Challenge 2021. So please, the presentation will be of 5 minutes, and then a red light will appear. That will mean that the presentation is finished. So please, let's give a big applause, a warm welcome to Qualut, the first group today. Thank you. Buenas tardes.
Okay, hello everyone. For a start, I wanted to ask you something. Did you ever meet a woman that suffered from postpartum depression? Probably you did, but maybe you didn't notice because it's a mental disease that suffered in silence and without help. These are the worrying numbers. 1 out of 5 women suffered from mental health disease in his motherhood. Postpartum depression has 15% of prevalence in our country, with 90% of women that suffered some of these symptoms of mental disease. The most worrying number is that 75% is underdiagnosed. Hello everyone, we are Eudal Mas and Irene Gonzalez, and this is our project Dana, taking care of women in their transition into motherhood. Let's take a look to the problem. This is a multifactorial problem with obviously COVID situation included. The problem is the underdiagnosis and the lack of treatment in maternal mental health disorders. This affects directly on family, babies, and our focus is mother's health. So we did interim research to validate this data, and we have a sample of 200 mothers. We found the results that 10% of these women were diagnosed with postpartum depression. An additional discovery was that all the negative emotions became worse from pregnancy to postpartum stage. So our mission is to improve mental health and well-being of women that are transitioning through motherhood. This is our potential market, 3 million mothers in Spain, and we are going to take a look after to the financial part. This is our competence. As you can see, Dana is on the middle of this graph because we are alone on the middle of the graph, because if we take a deeper look to the competitive advantage of the rest, we can see that Dana is the most complete solution for mental health diseases in motherhood. We take all the functionalities, include evidence-based. So take a look at the first look of Dana, a positive health during motherhood. We are going to take part into preconception, pregnancy, and postpartum stage to work into prevention, assistance, monitor, and consultation. This is the first screen, content, chatbot, evaluation, and consultation. You can see the beautiful designs that we have. We're going to scale this platform into B2C model with the functionality I mentioned, and we're going to scale this on the medical device B2B platform with after clinical trial with validated clinical surveys, monitoring of mental health, and artificial intelligence prediction and prevention. Here is the income model. We're going to launch a freemium platform with premium and purchases in the app. And for B2B, we're going to sell a software as a service to hospital and clinical centers. You remember the potential market. We have this impact, 15 million euros only in Spain. And here we are on financial roadmap. We are looking for investors for this 50,000 euros to start the MVP model. This is our B2C income for the next 3 years. And we are there launching our first MVP platform at the end of May. And then very fast moving into B2 second MVP launch and medical device for the next year. We are now on conversation with hospital, clinic, the Sheus and Sant Joan de Déu for the clinical trial next year. So Dana is a project with impact. We are impacting on innovation with the use of artificial intelligence for better prediction of mental health disorders. We are impacting also on healthcare, giving to the healthcare system a result for better treatment of their patients. And the most special one is that Dana is a project with social impact. This is our team, our amazing team, multidisciplinary team with very professional profiles. We also count with an ecosystem of professionals and content creators. And the last one, I want to make you think in these women with mental health disorder in his motherhood. We wanted to create Dana for help all those women in his motherhood because they are the future mothers of our next generation. Thank you very much. 20 seconds for thank you to all the staff of IdeaUp and Esade and all the organization. Thank you to the mentors. Thank you to the guests. And thank you everyone for making it possible. Let's do this.
So now it's time for the 2 questions of the jury. Quality questions will be asked by Daniel Marco. If he can come near to the microphone to ask the question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Congratulations for the project. I have a question related to, you talk about an artificial intelligence that is behind this solution, which is the added value of this artificial intelligence and the capabilities that will provide to the project.
Okay, thank you. The idea here is that we are adding these functionalities of artificial intelligence in order to make a step forward, to have a competitive advantage between other solutions that are only taking all the data and analyzing that data. And what we think that makes the difference is just to make that prediction and prevention of the cases. So the idea is to have as much as possible of data from all the clinical validated tests that are going to be used in the applications, not only in the B2B model in the medical device, but also in the B2C, in the users, the solution. So here the idea is to really have this competitive advantage with artificial intelligence.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for the question, Daniel Marco. And now the second question from Kalut, Kalut will be taken by Oriol Juncosa. Please, your question.
Hi, thank you. Thanks a lot for the presentation, great. I'm super bullish on digital health. Okay, I'm super bullish on also anything related to women's health. However, most of those startups suffer from one key problem, which is engagement. Engagement with users. Because the startup only achieves great outcomes if users are truly engaged with the application and they, keep doing what you're expecting them to do. Okay, how do you solve that problem? What are your ideas around that to achieve great engagement? Thank you.
Thanks. That's a good point. We are going to address this point by giving some really important functionalities of community. What we have seen during our research and during the bibliography is that creating community of mothers, creating this engagement between the mothers, that makes us possible to arrive to all the possible subjects, to all the possible clients that we want to arrive. So the important point here is to we detect a real need, and we want to address that need with content, and we want to address that need with all the functionalities. So the community is the main one in order to expand this product. And I advise you just to download the MVP app that we already have on the market. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Juncosa, for the question. Thank you very much for your presentation, Kualut. And now, if you don't mind, to leave the stage from the left, thank you very much. Have a big clap for them. So now we'll go to the second pitch of the night, the second presentation. So please give a warm welcome to Favoro.
Have you ever dreamed that you could multiply yourselves? Recently, I wish I could. You see, 2 weeks ago, I left my bicycle in a train station. I couldn't go because I was studying, but when I found the time, it was too late. The bicycle had been stolen. And this made me feel so frustrated because I knew that anyone could have helped me bring the bicycle back. Talking to my team, Claudia, Silvia, and Álvaro, we noticed that all of us faced similar challenges in our daily lives. Things that we couldn't solve because either we didn't have time or we didn't know how to. But it doesn't have to be this way, we thought. What if every time that this happened, instead of spending time trying to figure something that we don't know out or postponing it because we don't have time, there was always someone willing to help us for free. And that is how Favoro was born. In Favoro, we seek to solve 3 problems: lack of time, lack of knowledge, and lack of convenience. How? By asking for other people's help and sharing your time and talents with the community. It's really easy. First, I help someone in whatever I am good at and whatever is easy for me. In exchange, I get karma points, and these karma points I use to ask for help. This works like karma because everything you give ends up coming back to you. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Sounds good, but is there really a market for this? This kind of concept is called a shared economy, and there's different types. However, here we have 2 examples that you might have heard about. Nextdoor, valued in more than $5 billion, and Couchsurf, more than 15 billion. Together with almost 40 million users, they show us not only that there is a growing demand of shared economies, but also that right now is the moment that we might need it the most, due to COVID. When we designed our prototype with the help of our programmer Álvaro, we wanted to make it as easy as humanly possible. That's why it only requires 3 simple steps. Number 1, create your account. Number 2, add more information so people know how you can help. And number 3, start asking and giving favors. Also rate your experience. This helps everyone know who to trust and make the app better for everyone. Now, Claudia will speak about the business model.
So what is the business model behind this product? Favoro follows a platform business model, which means that the users are the ones who create the value. On the other hand, it is also a C2C sharing economy platform where users are both helpers and askers. Finally, the revenue model that Favoro follows is based on 3 main sources of income. First, and most importantly, in-app advertising from sponsorships. Second, buying points in order to get favors done. And finally, highlighting favors in order to get them done faster. We dream that our app can be used for everyone and everything. But however, in order to succeed, we must develop a go-to-market strategy that is both humble and concrete. So to start, we will focus on students in Barcelona from 18 to 25, which are the ones that we understand the most. And we will also limit the types of favors into 3 main categories: classes, gigs, and tips. So if you want to review for an exam or learn how to cook, you can ask for a quick class. If you don't have time to go to the bank or walk your dog, you can ask for a jig. And finally, if you want a trip or a service recommendation, you can ask for a tip. We dream that our app can be used for everyone. Sorry. We believe that we can be different from the rest due to mainly 6 factors. Gaming. We will incentivize the idea that helping is a game. Our application is based on a point system, which makes it fully transparent. We're fostering communities and enabling people to meet and create bonds. We're offering users the opportunity to wishes. The application is designed in a user-friendly way, which makes it really easy. And finally, it is rewarding, because helping others makes you feel well, and in turn, you get good karma. Whenever we have a problem, we tend to ask our friends and family for solutions. However, this is a really small circle. But what if we could expand it by relying on the further possibilities that our community holds? What if we could create a circle of favors in which we always had a free and fast hand who's willing to help us?
Sadly, we cannot multiply ourselves, but we don't have to, because there is something stronger than this. In community, we are multiplied. As long as we learn how to work together, we will never need to multiply ourselves. Believing in Favoro is trusting in the power of karma and community, a world where we will all help each other and strive together. Thank you for your time.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much, Favoro, for this presentation. The rest of the team also here, thank you very much for joining us on stage. The first question is going to be made by Marta Oller from the KV Seguro. So Marta, please, if you can go to the microphone, you can make the first question to the team, Favoro. So as you know, 2 questions for each presentation, so the floor is totally yours.
Thanks. It has been very, very inspiring, because I am a firm believer on the power of the community. So thanks a lot for the idea. I am very curious about how you have investigated about the different categories of favors of your app. So I'd like to know more about this, because I think maybe the value proposition could rely a lot on the categories that you build around.
Sure. When we thought about the idea at the beginning, we wanted to ask for any types of favors. However, we talked with people that recommended us, and we also investigated that it was a better idea to focus on that small amount of favors that the most amount of people wanted. We made an investigation, we did a survey and everything, and people showed us that the favors they needed the most were the 3 ones that we found. Mainly people wanted classes, someone to teach them how they could do something, people to help them in something that they didn't have time to do, and just a recommendation. So those 3 favors actually cover more or less 80% of what people asked for us in the favors, and that's why we decided to focus on that amount of favors, and specifically on the niche that is people our age and students, because it's the people that we understand the most. So it's more easy for us to create a product that is going to be helpful for this specific market.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Favoro. The second question is going to be asked by Ivan Bofarui, Chief Innovation Officer at Esade. So I want to ask Ivan if he can also join us on the microphone. Ivan, the floor is yours.
Hi, thank you for your deck and your presentation. It's amazing. It's awesome. Now, my question is about the engagement of your community and the churn of your community. So I see that maybe your purpose is too broad these days, and you're probably trying to solve many problems at once. So I would like to know in the earliest stage of your business, how are you going to solve that?
Okay, if I understand correctly, the question is that we maybe want to approach a lot of problems or needs that people have. I guess that our strategy is to, as I tried to explain in the pitch, is to focus on these issues, as my colleague said, that were the key focus, where people most frequently needed help. So by offering the categories of classes, gigs, and tips, we will limit this problem that you mentioned, I guess.
And to add something more, the main idea of the app is that people can help using what they're good at, their strengths. And that's why we also incorporated the rating. The idea is that people are the ones that solve the problems. And through the ratings, you will be able to see who has a legend of helping people in whatever they are good at. And that will help you know who you can trust. So the idea is that users, as such, will ask for the favors and solve the favors.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Favoro, big round of applause for Favoro, please. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's go now to the next team. So the next team, the next startup joining us on stage is Ursify. So please, big round of applause for Ursify joining us on stage. Best of luck, Ursify. The floor is yours. And please, round of applause for Ursify. Thank you very much.
Hi, let me introduce Team Ursify to you. This is Paul, this is Marcus, my name is Will, and welcome to the solution to your rental problem. Let me kick off this pitch with a short story that happened last summer. I wanted to go mountain bike with my new friends in the beautiful montañas of Barcelona, but as an international student, I don't have my mountain bike here, it is back home. And as I was scanning the rental options for a mountain bike, I realized it was either an incredible organizational hustle with the professional rental shops, or just way too expensive, considering you have it for a week, for a weekend or a day. This brought us to our solution, Ursify. Rent anything, anywhere. Our team from Ursify is currently building up a peer-to-peer rental platform aiming to connect people on the look for cheap and uncomplicated rental of items. Let me go back to my mountain bike example. I, on the desperate search for a mountain bike, would go onto our website, type in mountain bike into the search bar, and based on my current location, I would be connected to someone that is willing to rent his bike out. Maybe one of you has a bike or mountain bike sitting around in his basement, just collecting dust. Well, with Ursify, you can not only help out a poor fellow like me, no, you can also monetize on your belongings. The advantages are quite obvious. No more organizational hustle, no more stress with the expensive professional rental shops, and no more pricey belongings of yours just sitting around unused.
So let's talk about the validation. Based on the analytics of our landing page, we were able to early on identify that we needed to focus on specialized items and specialized categories, like the mountain bike example, musical instruments, sports gears, you name it. Further on, we did more than 50 qualitative interviews to find out that our #1 pain point of our potential users is the worry of what happens when I share my items to strangers. And this is why we're currently in the midst of negotiations with several insurance providers, and in specific, the innovation head departments of AXA and Allianz Spain. Now, to ensure our value proposition of a hassle-free rental experience, we observed different pickup mechanisms in order to make the rental process as seamless as possible. And actually, the idea and the model of a specialized item rental is already highly validated, but in another country, in Great Britain. Fat Llama is what we would consider our biggest competitor, has been able to scale up significantly in the past 2 years and gathered more than £10 million worth of investment. Now, the next step we thought, where should we start Ursify? And we identified that here in Catalonia and in Spain, we have a very good culture market fit for an introduction of such a peer-to-peer rental solution. And it's not only the first mover advantage, but also the model of this winner-takes-it-all market that makes it so interesting. Now, as we've just heard from our previous teams, sharing economy is a true hype. This is why we believe that right now is the perfect moment for Spain to introduce Ursify and such a model, to not only benefit from the impact, but also benefit from the from the networking effects and the word-of-mouth propaganda. So let's take a look at the business model and how we plan to monetize.
So our first financial forecast suggests profitability within 3 years, based on our underlying assumptions. But how do we get there? So we will start with 2 main revenue streams. First, we will charge a 12% commission per transaction. This is highly effective and done by other platforms because the cost is hidden and therefore the service appears to be free to the end customer. And based on our interviews and our competitors, we estimate a renting period of around 3 days with an average ticket price of 80 euros. Second, we will focus on ads. Here we can effectively target niche customer segments thanks to our predefined product categories. Further down the line, we also want to implement additional revenue streams through listing fees and additional marketing tools. This is also done by other successful platforms such as Wallapop or Airbnb. So where are we now and where do we want to go? We know that we're going to operate in a winner-takes-it-all market. So we have to be quick. We concluded that besides our web page setup costs and our initial insurance expenses, we want to spend most of our funding in a marketing campaign which is serving both sides of the platform to overcome a chicken and egg problem. To make this real, these next steps, we calculated a financial need of 115,000 euros. Along our journey, it's not only our amazing team, but also our highly experienced mentor, Urs Rothmeier, who's the director of Founders Institute in Barcelona. And now we want to welcome you to join us in our journey to enable Will to have a nice weekend on his mountain bike. So join our philosophy, don't buy, rent, don't own, share. We are Team Mursify, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ursify. So now the question from the jury will be asked by Begoña Perdiguero from Startup Catalunya Acció. So Begoña, please, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, and thank you so much for this clear presentation and energetic that I saw all your followers here. Let us know more about your initiative, your dream, and let us, or tell us, how big do you want to scale your business, if it's possible? Thanks.
So our dream is to fight against the trend of consumerism, right? By not owning and not buying, but by renting and sharing, we want to give a sustainable way and alternative to how we're consuming things. We believe that, as we mentioned, that in a peer-to-peer transaction, we can make this step towards, let's say, a more sustainable way of living, and especially, as we mentioned, also the international community, having an alternative to not always buying and consuming more, but more creating a circular economy or the shared economy that we mentioned. And in terms of scaling, we decided to do it initially here in Barcelona, and we want to take a centered approach and a community-centered approach, meaning we want to scale up, going after community, and in major cities at the beginning. So our next point would have been Madrid, and then going into smaller cities, which would be, for instance, like Valencia. Until then, we would eventually grow out of Europe, out of Spain.
Sorry, that was actually an essential part of our market research, the culture market fit, as we call it, because with many peer-to-peer platforms, such as Airbnb, for example, when they were founded, you have to educate the user that you're going to rent out your own personal belongings to someone that is completely strange to you, that you really don't know. And it took for them quite a while to educate their users, which is why we took a look at several potential European markets and assessed which would be the easiest to educate markets, so to say. Where would the people be the most open towards this? And we already said our point of departure, Fedlama in Great Britain, they found their culture market fit, so to say, and we found ours here in Spain, which is why for now we're focusing on Barcelona and Catalonia. Afterwards, we're going to the other cities of Spain for now.
Thank you, Ursify. Thank you, Begoña. And now the second question from the jury will be asked by Jan Brigman from the Esade Entrepreneurship Institute. So, Jan, the floor is yours.
Wonderful. Great to see my students actually here from the master. So fantastic. Great energy as well, great cause. So that's, I think, is really exciting. One part, that I'm interested always a lot are the unit economics. So how profitable is this business then? In order to make it sustainable and scalable, you need fundamental profitability. So some ideas around that would be much appreciated.
Yes, thank you for the question. Obviously, this is a new concept being introduced to Spain, so we could not look at, not fully look at what competitors do. But as we have this already mentioned quite promising point of departure of Fedlama, what we actually did is we estimated an average rental period, which for the most times, not only at Fedlama, but also for our interviews, was during the weekend. I mean, we're focusing on sports equipment, specialized stuff. It is mostly used during the free time from Friday to Sunday, from Friday to Monday, which is why we estimated a 2 to 3 days average rental period. And we took a look at the most relevant categories on Fedlama. in Great Britain on the categories that we're going to offer, and what the average rental price was there, then accounted for slight price difference, slight lower price difference here in Spain. And
how profitable is the bike, so to speak?
Sorry?
How profitable is that bike rental, just to get an idea?
Well, for 2 to 3 days rental, we estimated with a sum of around 15 to 20 euros as per now.
So what we did look at is...
commission for you guys, just...
No, it's appreciated.
We did start unit economics and did also some sensitivity analysis where we then came into the 12% commission that we wanted to take based on the cost that we had. And we mentioned in our pitch that based on the 12% model and on the underlying assumptions that we made, we would be entirely profitable in around the third operating year. But we are well aware that we are probably not correctly estimating the community marketing, which is going to be a baseline foundation of spreading the word. Although we believe that the concept has a lot of self-nature as in networking effects and word of mouth, we still want to heavily attract online communities. And this is probably going to be one of our biggest expenditures. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Stefan. Please give a big applause to them. And now we are going to have a little pitch before having the 2 final presentations from Assurance and Psicólogo. So please give a big applause to Daniel Marco, the General Director of Innovation and Digital Technologies from Generalitat de Catalunya, that will talk about the future of digital economy. So please give a big welcome to Daniel Marco. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you very much. Hello. Great project, great teams. I am very expected about the result of the jury. It will be very difficult. I am part of the jury about the vote that we are doing, but the life is we have always to take decisions that have impact in the people, impact that has always the digital economy. I want in 10, 15 minutes want to explain you about how digital technologies are here, what are the impact that they are doing in our business, and the opportunities that you have in your projects. We are right now in a new era, an era of digital revolution. I am sure that most of the teams think that technology has been here always, but not. We have some origins about digital technologies. This is the picture in the 50s of the Silicon Valley. The Silicon Valley was wine yards. Here was Stanford, that was a university where the first engineers that create the transistor, that it's the silicon, the semiconductors. And this group, it's the group of engineers that has created Fairchild. Any one of you know about Fairchild? Maybe not. Well, 1, 2, 3, maybe not, but two of this group are Gordon Moore and Robert Noyce, that are the founders of Intel. And I'm sure that all of you know about Intel. And also, in the other part, Bill Hewlett and David Packard created HP. These are the basis. One of the guys of this picture is Gordon Moore. Gordon Moore creates also the law Moore. The law Moore defines the impact of digital technologies because they are talking about the exponential growth. Technology generates double of capacity every 18 months. That means that we have an acceleration process of the generation of technology. We started in the 50s with the semiconductors. Then later on, we have the personal computers in every house, in every office. Later on, we connected that with internet. We have in our pockets in a smartphone. And right now, we have explode of technologies. We have what we call digital advanced technologies. This acceleration growth generates also a democratization of the technology. Technology is available for all of us, for all of the companies. We have technology that 5 years ago, 10 years ago was impossible to think for a company. Big data, artificial intelligence, drones, 3D printing, and in the future will be more on that. But technology needs to have an impact in our society. When we have combining these technologies, we have autonomous cars for a more secure mobility, drones for analyze our agriculture, immersive technologies for tourism, robots that can help our elderly people, or automation of our industries. But I don't have an autonomous car. My mother does not have a robot on their home. Why? We have this technology available, but we don't have it at our homes. This is that is called the exponential surprise factor. The people, the culture of the people, society has an evolution that is not fast as technology. We expected to have a kind of technology that is a little more or less than we have already. But the last year has been changed this paradigm. We had a very, very dramatical year with a very high impact in the healthcare of many, many people, with a very huge crisis in our economy, but one positive thing for this disaster of COVID. That is the acceleration of the digital technologies. From one day to other, our companies were full remote work. We have e-commerce to ask for our products. The health has been telemedicine, the education has been remote learning. Also, robots start to pair because the secure. We have this robot disinfecting the hospital, providing the delivery, drones for us for searching people, and artificial intelligence has been around. We need to use this change and acceleration of the process for changing our society. From the government of Catalonia, I am in charge of the digital strategy that has different pillars. With the digital citizenship, that means skills and talent. All of you are an example on that. Infrastructures, we need to be all connected. A change of the public sector, that means transformation of the administration as a digital, proactive, and more using data-driven technologies. Cybersecurity, for be secure in this digital economy. And finally, digital innovation and digital economy. Which kind of technologies can we use and we are boosting in Catalonia? Drones. In 2015, we put in place a cluster of drones, and we already have many departments of the government using these kind of platforms. All the police force, firemen, rural agents, the police are using drones for many, many purposes. Also, the agricultural department to check the grants that they are providing. And also, we are introducing this kind of new technologies at schools. 5G. 5G will provide us a new connectivity. Very high bandwidth, low latency, and multi-platform connection. This will provide, for example, we have pilots that we have done, the remote surgeon, connected ambulance, connected and autonomous cars, or immersive technologies in tourism. Artificial intelligence. This will provide the use of the data that is generating by all mobile phones, IoT appliances, amounts of data generating every day. The use of artificial intelligence will create automation of this use of data. Projects like Aina will provide the tools to be part in Catalan of Assistential Voice. We have Ari, that's a robot of a Catalan company that we have it to assist people in our offices. Right now, it's stopped because we don't have visits. But it's better to have stopped a robot than a person that cannot do their work. We have autonomous car. This is an autonomous car that is developed by a technological center in Autónoma. It's not the car that they develop the brain of the car. When we are thinking about artificial intelligence, we need to think about a new brains like we are using for detecting the new roads in the COVID in Catalonia. Blockchain. Blockchain will provide us a new governance. A digitalization of our economy with all the assets we are using to exchange energy between different buildings, to exchange health data with privacy or with a value chain traceability for agri-food products. New space. I don't know if any of you knows about Anshaneta. Right behind, if you know about Anshaneta. Anshaneta is the first nanosatellite of IoT and 5G in the world. And has been launched last month by the government of Catalonia. Some years ago, it was an illusion, a government of a region that launches a satellite itself. Right now, with this nanosatellite, we can have IoT connectivity with very, very high tech developed by Catalan companies from Catalonia and has been launched in the same rocket as Russia and la NASA launched 3 astronauts 2 weeks ago. Quantum technologies are the future. There are new technologies that pass from the digital to the quantum. This is a new paradigm, but we have already a connection with quantum cryptography in place in Catalonia. And this is an example of the evolution of technology. 3 years ago, we have this appliance that was an random generator with quantum technologies. Right now is this like a chip. Technology made from ICFO, it's one of the most relevant centers of photonics in Catalonia. And this is a startup that is exploiting this technology throughout the world. We combine all these different technologies in the DH4CAT. It's the Digital Innovation Hub for Catalonia, and a project that is boosted by the Generalitat de Catalunya together with many other partners, and any company that wants to develop their digital transformation can come to this Digital Innovation Hub to access to all these technologies, but to change the mindset and the capabilities to change the life of other people. Thank you very much to all of you for your projects. It has been very, very inspiring. I am very, very proud. I am Esade alumni, and I'm very proud also about Innova, about this great program. Thank you very much, and go ahead with the next projects. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dan and Marco, for your presentation, for your presence today. So now let's move on to the 2 final presentations of this final gala. And please, I will ask you to give a warm welcome to the 4 finalists. A big round of applause for Assurance.
There are very hard realities that we've been forced to face. 31% of people suffer chronic disease. 91% of treatments were interrupted during 2020. And 75% of patients suffer discrimination on grounds of their illness. In the healthcare sector, specifically in the insurance sector, we can all agree about these 4 main problems. First of all, taking out an insurance is a slow process. Second, the lack of confidence. Who is selling you the insurance? Exactly, a worker, someone who gets revenues from what he sells to you. Third, the lack of information. Do you know exactly what your insurance covers you? Haven't you ever had any doubt? Lastly, the inaccuracy of these insurances. How many insurances have you had? probably more than one. And this is due to the inadequacy, to not finding the one that fits exactly with your needs. Our solution is simple: Assurance, a platform where you will find a community where you will be able to solve all your doubts and concerns regarding the most important thing in your life, your health. First of all, who are we? We are all Esade students. My teammates, Ignacio Adelantado, Adrián Coca, Guillermo Kirchner, and myself, Jacinto Medina. We've also had the pleasure to work with Gemma Vallet, our mentor and advisor in this challenge. So let's talk about our mission, about our goal, which is simple: create a community, create a platform where our users will be able to find people with the same issues and concerns, where they will be able to get proper information, and where they will be able to take out their insurance fitting perfectly with their needs.
So what you might be thinking as of now is, what makes us different? What makes Assurance stand out? Well, first of all, it's a place where you can belong to a community, where you can find other people with the same issues as yourself that can guide you in your process to recovery. It is also a place where you can get informed, where everything that you will read will be contrasted, reviewed information, filtered through your preferences. It is also a place where you will always find reviews, opinions, anything health-related, and where eventually you will be able to take out your own insurance, therefore avoiding the tedious process of having to deal with commercial agents. Our users are separated in two categories. On the one side, we've got health companies, insurance companies, pharmacies, opticians, anybody who wants to find clients inside the health sector. On the other side, we've got our customer. He's the one who has the health issue, who wants to find a solution to. Assurance is the missing piece that links both of these two together, finding the perfect fit between client and company.
Hello, Adrián. I want to be part of insurance, but could you please show me the app?
Of course, Ignacio. Here you find the main screen, containing the most relevant information relating directly to your health.
That's great, but what are those icons that appear below, and the one that says communities?
Below on the left, you can find communities. Thanks to communities, you can form part of a group of people sharing the same health issue. So, by the way, you can learn more about your illness. Is there anything more valuable?
That's really cool, but then I would be able to chat in private with other users?
Of course. In the chat page, you can chat either with users of the app, or also you can chat directly with insurance companies. Through which figure? Through ambassadors.
Wow. So if I can chat with those ambassadors, will I have to get out from the app once I have achieved or realized my insurance?
Absolutely not. In Assurance, we have a hiring section in which you can find the insurance plan that best fits yourself. And you can filter by price, or, for example, you can filter also by ratings. Which are those ratings and those questions and opinions? These questions and opinions, those ratings, you can get access through the hiring section, and you will get a more detailed approach to each insurance.
That's really awesome. But Adrián, as a personal fact, I took out my insurance through an independent agent. What is going to be of them?
In Assurance, we don't leave anyone behind. We want to make this very clear. We don't leave anyone behind. And those independent agents, those representatives of the health sector, can become ambassadors. And they will have their place, their duties relating to those advice to customers to get their best, their perfect insurance plan.
So having seen our mock-up, let's talk about our financial breakdown. Our main source of revenue will be coming from companies, mainly a company fee for every company that wants to advertise inside our platform. There will also be a variable quota, which will be higher or lower depending on their positioning, a fixed quota for any company that wants to open a profile inside our app and interact with our users. And for the users, even though it's a free of charge service, there will be the possibility of a premium service with better benefits. As you can see in our breakdown that we've calculated, most of our money will be coming from the companies. All in all the solutions that we found to all the problems, there are 4 core values that define us: accuracy, efficiency, confidence, and information.
And remember, this is not just a project. This is a duty that we have. Let's do it in community, because as we love to say in Assurance, it is always easier in community. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Assurance, for your presentation. Now we're going to have the questions. The first question is going to be asked by Nina Lastroy, the head of Demium Barcelona. So Nina, if you can please join us, I'll make the question here. Thank you for your presentation, Assurance. And now, as you know, 2 questions. and then after these 2 questions, we'll move to the final project, the final presentation of tonight's gala. So the floor is totally yours.
So congratulations. I'm a fan of communities. They are difficult to get funded, but they're socially needed, and probably with an insurance it's much easier. So my question is, it's very hard to change your insurance when you have an identified illness. I saw you talk about diabetes, but it's going to apply to every illness?
Sorry, you said...
It's hard to change your insurance, your health insurance, once you have an identified illness. Is it going to apply to every illnesses?
Well, I think one of the best things about assurance is its versatility, because we focused on insurance market because there are a lot of people who come up with a new, have a new illness and don't know how to react to it. But the idea of the community, I mean, assurance will apply to every single illness that wants to open a community. What we have seen in the market is that there are a lot of small communities of different illnesses, but they don't come along together, and there's a lot of information but not enough solutions. So in answer to your question, obviously it is difficult to change insurances, but I think assurance does not only focus on insurances. That there are a lot of other health products that can be offered and which clients can access through our app.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Assurance, for your answer. The second question is going to be asked by Jared Hill, the co-founder and CEO at Nucleus Digital School. So thank you for joining us. And the second question, for making the second question, the floor is yours.
Hi. I have like 3 questions, but I need to choose one. So I will combine 2 of them, okay? My question is, are you thinking in a specific market, for example, Spain or maybe United States? And if it's Spain, maybe you have people inside the app that is just looking for information about health. How do you convince them to have an insurance instead of the public healthcare?
Well, that's a very good question because it's something that we didn't have time to explain. I think that insurances, for example, it's a personal experience for us. You don't know that you need them until you actually find out all the information and nearly everything that can happen to you in the future. So until you don't have that information, like, for example, for us, actually, right now, it doesn't seem like a problem to us. But we've seen so much information that we can actually start to consider to maybe take out an insurance in the future. So I think that, well, what you said is very accurate because there's a lot of information, but there's never enough information only in one platform. And I think not enough people know the importance of having an insurance, having a proper coverage, and also not only having an insurance by itself, but also having an insurance that actually covers what you actually want. So I think to all of these problems, the main way of combating them is information, and that's what we're trying to do in assurance.
Okay, so are you attacking Spain or?
Sorry, I forgot about the other part of the question. Yeah, mainly our main market is in Spain, but as you know, digital communities, they grow incredibly quickly, so we obviously want to start in Spain because it's the market we know, but we think that it would be fairly easy in some years' time to grow in other markets.
Okay, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Assurance. Big round of applause for Assurance, please. Thank you for your presentation. And now we're going to the final pitch. Last but not least, one of them 5 is going to win these trophies over there, the IdeaUp Challenge trophies. So last but not least, I want to invite to the stage the last team, Psicólogo. So please, big round of applause for Psicólogo. And Psicólogo, please join us on the stage. Best of luck.
Hello, everyone. First of all, get unstuck, embrace change, and thrive in life. And now, do it online. This is the idea that lives behind our startup project. We are Team 11. And here on the stage, you can see Dragan from Saudi Arabia, student of the Bachelor in Global Governance, Economics, and Legal Order. Myself, Paula, from Spain, student from the Masters in Marketing Management. And we also have 2 other amazing colleagues that cannot be here today, unfortunately. Lena from Austria, student of the Masters in Innovation and Entrepreneurship. And Robert from Germany, student of the Masters in Business Analytics.
In order to analyze the context, we have considered many different factors. Politically, we see a great approach toward digitalization. Economically, we see a decrease in physical businesses. Socially, we see also an increase in digitalization and an increase in mental health illnesses. We see also a great opportunity in technological development. Environmentally, we also see a decrease in transportation in order to reduce carbon emissions and pollution. Legally, we see a great support by the European Union toward mental health and healthcare as a whole. After we have analyzed our context, we also found out that we are tackling a multifaceted problem, which includes societal stigmatization, geographical barriers, and also access limitation. In order to validate our problems, we have interviewed 7 mental health experts, and almost all of them assured that these problems do exist. Our solution to this is a two-sided platform that connects both patients and experts based on peer evaluation. Our value proposition is offering a fully facilitated mental health and psychological support for our users, starting from diagnosing and ending with expert evaluation, while adopting their life circumstances and capabilities. To validate our demand, we have researched the European community, and we found out that there is a huge increase in mental health illnesses, mainly due to the current pandemic situations and extreme changes.
And precisely because the demand is that increasing, we are not alone in the market. There are plenty of other players that are trying to offer similar solutions as the one that we do. Here you can see a few examples. However, we do differentiate ourselves from them through different elements. First of all, our core business is purely to connect the mental health experts with the patients in the easiest way possible. And besides that, we have 3 unique advantages that are really difficult to copy. The first one is the network effect that our platform will have. Second of all, the diverse and qualified portfolio of experts that we will offer in our platform, covering different languages and different psychological specializations. And last but not least, the optimized process that we will offer to make sure that our execution is excellent on the platform. We would like to target everyone who is in real need of this mental health support, either if they are children, teenagers, or adult people. How are we going to generate money? By capturing 10% of each meeting fee. We are not going to require any upfront commitment from the user. And of course, we have also considered options to diversify this revenue by either doing advertising on our platform or by offering premium features to the users. Here, there is our product demo video. Later on, if we have time, we will go through it in a better way. And, well, arriving to the end, what are our next steps? First of all, scale the website to a production level. Second of all, establish partnerships and then start the recruitment of the mental health experts. Third of all, market the product and start getting our first customer groups, especially through digital marketing, since we are going to be a 100% digital business. And last but not least, optimize the platform on a regular basis to make sure that we are enriching it with different products and services. Arriving to the end, our startup financing, our pre-money valuation is of 2.5 million. We are going to need 380,000 euros for the first year. Here you can see the split in the different groups of the different pillars, So development, professionals, partnerships, and marketing. And we offer 15% share in exchange for this investment to our investors. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope you have liked our project.
Well, thank you very much for your presentation, Psicólogo. Let's go for the questions. The first question is going to be made by Enric Jové, the CEO of Macan Barcelona and Chief Innovation Officer of Macan Spain. So please, Enric, the floor is yours for making the question.
Hi, good afternoon. Congrats, first of all. I am interested in understanding how do you plan to generate the leads from both sides, doctors and patients?
Do you allow me to answer the question?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Hello, Enrique. Well, our idea is, first of all, to start recruiting the process of our mental health experts, offering them the possibility to earn more money and to expand their client base, right? So the way we are going to do it is including one recruitment process in our website, include a section that would include them, that we will ask for them for the CV, for their experience, and for any kind of specialization that they might have, and then they would go through a different process, and then the best ones will be selected to be able to be part of our platform. The way we're gonna do it, and the same will go for the patient base, is through digital marketing, as I was mentioning at the beginning. We have asked for a huge amount of budget for marketing. We're gonna do it especially through Facebook and through Google campaigns, and then we're gonna target those campaigns to make sure that we are targeting professionals of the sector or patients that might be on need of the service.
Thank you very much. It makes sense.
Thank you very much for the first question. So now the second question will be asked by Jaime Lladó, the CEO of Dale Carnegie Spain. So please, Jaime, your question.
Well, congratulations for the project. It's really amazing because you match professionals in private. The idea is, how can you guarantee the quality of the service, especially in the mental part? Because we have a small coach to doctors in psychology. How are you going to find that?
First of all, to connect both segments, we include some stuff like languages and areas of interest, like proficiency of the experts. And at the same time, the patients can also evaluate the experts at the end of their journey.
Yeah, and I would like to add that in the recruitment process, we will have professional experts that we will pay so that they can really evaluate and assess if the recruitment that they are, that the professionals or the applicants that we are receiving from the website are really suitable for the program or not. So basically, we are gonna complement our skills with skills from really experienced professionals that they have worked for many years so that they can really assess the professionality and that all the data and information that we gather from them is completely correct and qualified to be on the platform. And the last point that I would like to mention is that we have also decided to spend few amount of the investment in doing partnerships. This means that we are going to collaborate with different health centers, especially in Spain, since we are going to begin for this market and later on expand to other European countries. So basically, we are going to also collaborate with official health care centers that will support all the experts that we will offer in the platform.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Psicólogo, for your answers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So now, it's the, thank you, yes, round of applause. Round of applause for Psicólogo. Now, I think, Alex, is the key moment. It's the moment where the jury will need to decide. So I'm going to ask the jury, please, if you can stand up, and Pablo and Jericho will guide you to the VIP room where we will be able to decide on the winner of this IdeaUp challenge. Big moment for all the teams, big moment for the jury, and big moment, of course, for everyone here that is going to see who's the winner. I think it was a really tight session, Alex. Yeah, for sure. I don't know who's going to win. Let's find out.
Let's see it. We'll see when the jury deliberates. So while the jury is deliberating, it's important because now we are going to ask one member of each team in the inverse order that they presented, they did their presentation, to join us to the stage, and we will ask them a few questions.
Exactly, they will have 1 minute to convince you that they are the best team, that they did it best, because after these 5 minute presentations, we will start the voting process for you all. You will be able to vote for your winning teams, also for the ones seeing us online. After this 1 minute presentation for each team, you will have the opportunity of voting for your winner while the jury is deliberating. So I want to invite in the inverse order that Alex said. Okay. So the first team is the one we finished.
Exactly. So please, Psicólogo, if you can join us again to stage, please give a welcome again for Psicólogo.
Applause for Psicólogo. Yeah. One person from each team.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. One person from each team, in this case, you, Rakan. I'm going to ask you one simple question. Why should Psicólogo win the IdeaUp challenge? Why should you win?
Let me tell you something that you already know. Almost most of us know that life is not always rainbows and sunshine, and sometimes we will all eventually pass through. But with a little bit of guidance, we can all do better. a lot of us has been suffering from loneliness, depression, financial issues, and many psychological illnesses due to the current pandemic situation, which changes our behavior eventually. And this is why we need this help. Why we're the best to do this? Because we come from different backgrounds, and we are also, we also come from different backgrounds that
Don't worry, you can just move on, or you can...
And
yes.
we do care. We come from different backgrounds, and we do care about this, and this is why we are the best to do this. And why this should win, because...
Don't worry, if you want to finish maybe with the last sentence, maybe to ask the vote.
Why we should win, because almost we are in most need of this right now. And this is why it's the best thing to do for this moment.
Thank you very much, Nakan. Big round of applause for Nakan. Thank you very much. And the next team, Alex, is going to be Assurance joining us on stage.
Please, Assurance, join us.
Assurance, round of applause for Assurance. We're going to be applauding a lot during these moments.
Hello, Guillermo. So, why Assurance should win this final Gala of Idea Challenge?
Well, I think that our idea, Assurance, is very in accordance with our times. I think with the whole COVID situation, we have seen that in the whole community, in the whole society, there are many doubts. There are many doubts that everybody has, but even though there are so many doubts, there are not enough answers. And the answers that we find are not reviewed, are not contrasted, and basically are not based on fact. So what we see is that there is an evident lack of information in the health sector. And Assurance will give the solutions, the answers to the many questions that I'm sure all of you have. But not only will we give answers, we will also give solutions. Insurance and the insurance market is an ever-growing market, and it's also a very complicated market. It's a market that not many understand, and it's a market that sometimes you can get a bit confused in, because you might take out an insurance, and then when you really need it, you find out that it doesn't cover what you want. Assurance will prevent this and will allow everybody to have the best health they can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next team is going to be Ursify. So I'm going to ask if Ursify also can join us on the stage, and let's applaud again. It's a lot this time, but they deserve it, and lots of people applauding here. Okay, well, why should you win?
I think that we talked a lot about our idea, our validation, our MVP during our pitch. But I think all of us agree that the most important aspect of making such a venture like Ursify succeed is its team and the execution. And I think from all the teams, our team is the best suited to really complete the mission that we set ourselves. Not only are we the only master team left, no, we unite tremendous work experience. We have Paul, who was up here on stage with me, who has been scaling up his e-commerce business, which produces, among many other things, these wonderful masks, to having now 2 brick-and-mortar stores in Girona and Barcelona. Marcus, who was one of the first employees of Too Good To Go in Spain. Margot, a social entrepreneur expert. My background of legal tech and consulting. And more than that, we haven't talked about the carbon emission reducing factor of Ursify itself. In its 3rd year of operation, Fedlama was already able to reduce 20,000 tons of CO2 just with its business model in the 3rd year of operations. And I know sharing economy and like earning money with your own belongings sounds very tempting, but we live in a time where all of us probably wish to consume less. Not necessarily consume less, but consume less unnecessarily. And with Ursify, you can not only help to get the world greener, but also to just live more with nature.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ursify. So now, following the inverse order we told at the beginning, we'll invite to the stage to the second team that presented tonight, which is Favoro. So welcome them, please.
Welcome, Favoro. Okay, Favoro, why should you win?
Well, first of all, I would like to explain a little bit the origin of the name Favoro.
Favoro, as you may know, means favor in Esperanto, a language which was created in order to bring all the international community together. The word Esperanto translates into English as the one who hopes. We hope we can build a society which works together, a place where everyone uses their strengths in order to help others and to complement other people's weaknesses. There are other apps in the gig economy in which one self-employed user works for another. Favoro has a completely different objective. Favoro is based on collaboration. We hope to bring this idea into reality, to be able to make the lives of the people in our society a little bit better, a little bit easier. And the process in IdeaUp could help us accomplish this dream. We hope to bring back humanity and to never lose our essential values. Before ending our pitch, we would like to dedicate a few minutes to thank Ennova for the organization of the event, and especially our mentor, Ramon, for helping in every step of the way. Remember, believing in Favoro is believing in the power of karma and in the power of community. Stop being just the one who hopes and join us to be the one who acts. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Favoro. And last but not least, the first team that was presenting tonight, Qualut. Qualut, welcome to the stage. Hello, Eudald. Why should Qualut win tonight?
Okay. First of all, I have to tell you something. People used to think that great ideas are made by great individuals. Well, I have to tell you something. Great ideas are nothing without a great team behind. So here with Anna, we have a great team. We have psychologists, a pool of psychologists. We have product owners. We have designers. We have e-health project managers. And we also have unified, powerful with Veronica and Sven, which are here tonight with us. And we really have the power with the team to create a great impact on the motherhood and on the mental health on mothers. So there is someone missing, and the someone missing is you. We are waiting for you, and we are waiting in order to become not only a reality, but a dream come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Qualut.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Alex. I think now everyone has seen the teams. Now, I'm sure they want to vote. So that's the moment for them to vote. It's going to be very simple, okay? We're going to put on the screen now a QR code and a link where you will be able to vote. The link will be open during 5 minutes, okay? So you have 5 minutes to vote, and this vote will count for 20% of the final decision. It's 80% the jury downstairs deliberating and 20% you. But I think, Alex, taking into account that everything is so tight, this vote is going to be decisive.
It's crucial, David, it's crucial. So don't miss the opportunity to vote. Just go to the link that it's on the screen. Yeah, here you have it. Go to the link and just give your vote to the team that you like the most, your favorite team, and let's see who wins.
It's going to be open for 5 minutes, and during these 5 minutes, this is the moment we're going to be here talking, no? But if someone needs to go to the bathroom or someone needs to, take a break, this is the time for doing it. So if someone wants to go to the bathroom, you can now stand up. I see some people going there. It's more than normal. It's a long gala, and we're going to be here during this time, maybe a little bit explaining, a little bit how this gala has been going. We've had the presentations, we've had the speeches, and now we have partners, institutional partners, and then the final winner, Alex.
Exactly, the most important part of the final gala, which are the trophies and all the rewards. And well, it's not an official break, but please take your time to go to the bathroom or anything you need to do. And we'll wait for the jury to deliberate, and let's see what's the final outcome.
I think it's going to be key. So the jury is now deliberating, some people standing up, it's a moment for it. What a 6 months it has been, Alex, lots of work. And I want to ask something to Alex, because there's something you don't know. Alex was a participant on IdeaUp last year. IdeaUp wasn't as big as this year because of COVID, we couldn't finish, but it was a good program and you were participating there. So what was your experience last year at IdeaUp?
Yeah, well, I participated in the first edition of IdeaUp Challenge. Today, you're attending the first final gala, because it's the second edition, but last year, because of COVID conditions and COVID measures, as you all know, final gala was cancelled and we couldn't celebrate it, so that was a pity. But obviously I bring all the experience, everything that I learned, which is a lot because we were guided by a mentor that has repeated this year, which is Gemma Bayet, and I really appreciate having the opportunity to participate last year, because now I'm here organizing it, and I think it has been an incredible 6 months of hard work of the teams and the mentors as well, helping and guiding them, because they have came over many challenges and many galas to be in this final gala.
Totally. We want to ask you, please, if you can remain as silent as possible. You can, of course, talk, but outdoors, especially because there are people following us on YouTube and they can hear the noise. You, of course, can go and talk, but please, when you're here, you need to remain as silent as possible. We want to have lots of prizes being awarded afterwards, but I think one prize that everyone is seeing now is these trophies over there. What do you think about them?
Amazing. They're amazing. I think it's incredible. We'll have the first prize for the first team, the winner, then the second and the third, and also these small trophies for the 5 members of the winner team, which are fantastic. I think with the logo of IdeaUp Challenge, it's amazing. I would bring one of those to my house.
I would also. It's going to be amazing. So let's sum up a little bit the prizes we're going to have. Teams are going to win prizes based on 2 main things. First of all, courses, so they can keep learning, about entrepreneurship. The big prize in that side is a full course, a full master, 100% for one person of the winning team by Nucleo Digital School, valued in almost 7,000 euros. One person of the winning team is going to win this master. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. This is just a symbolic trophy, for the winner, but there are loads of rewards behind that trophy. The first team will get a lot of rewards, and afterwards the second team, and the third team are amazing projects and programs in order to be involved and continue with their idea, their project, and continue bringing their idea that they have developed through these months, bring it to reality.
Exactly. There's a Founders Theta also prize. They're getting access to this online course. Also Bridge for Billions giving a discount for them. So this is the big first part of prizes, which is keep learning. Keep learning about entrepreneurship. They're going to be able to keep learning about how to innovate. And then the second part of prizes are going to be mainly acceleration programs for keeping working on their ideas. And the main prize in this, there are 3 acceleration programs mainly going through. I'm going to mention the eWorks acceleration program from Esade, the official acceleration program for startups from Esade. They are going to get it for free. They are getting access. And also the acceleration program from La Cámara Emprendedors. Also they're getting access to this program.
Yeah, so teams who don't get the winner prize, they don't have to be worried because they have other prizes that to continue, as I said, to developing their idea and bring it to reality and take action. And well, now I see people with their phones. I don't know the
I think it's almost time. We have Matt here. It's time? It's time? Okay, yeah, it's time. So the form is closed. So no more voting is allowed. Now everything is clear. And now we have some people that couldn't vote. Sorry. But now the jury is deliberating. And the jury now has also your votes. So on the VIP room, the votes are being counted. And a winner is being selected, Alex.
Exactly, yeah. We will have the winner in a few minutes, we hope. And well, we remember that 80% is from the deliberation of the jury. They will decide the 3 winners, the winner and the second and third place. And afterwards, the 20% will be from the audience, from the public. That will be crucial as well to help teams to win, definitely.
Okay, so let's wait. We are now waiting for the jury to make their final decision. Everyone here, let's thank everyone also that came here. It's an in-person event. It's difficult with COVID-19 to do in-person events, but we've tried the safety measures as much as possible to try to have safety and have distance between people, as you know, on the floor.
Exactly. I think it's a good moment, just waiting the deliberation, just to congratulate David, to all the team behind IdeaUp Challenge and all the team behind this final gala, because I think it has been an incredible hard work from them, and I think this is the result, this final gala, which we can be here today and we can see which team is going to win. So
exactly. Jury is deliberating. I want to also welcome Laia Bonet from Ajuntament that came here, tercera tinent alcalde de l'Ajuntament de Barcelona. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you also for your support on this initiative. No, we're very happy to count on you. We're very happy to count also on institutions, because
exactly,
we are students. We are adding value to our university experience by doing these things, but to have institutions supporting us and also Esade supporting us, it's great.
Yeah. It's crucial to be able to do all these things, and for those to support us to keep going and keep organizing this type of events. No, I think it brings a lot of value, not just to Esade students, but also, as we said, to other university students, because here in IdeaUp Challenge we have the participation of 6 different universities, not just Esade. So I think this is an amazing experience and an amazing formation.
Amazing opportunity for them.
Exactly.
So jury is finishing. I'm sure they are finishing. I'm sure they are having difficulties to choose the winning team. It's very difficult to choose the winning team, of course, but they are going to do it. We have people here, and that's this moment, no? When the one's presenting, we have to improvise. We have to find to find different topics to talk about, because the jury is taking longer than expected. So let's talk about. Let's thank also our main sponsors. They're going to talk afterwards. But I want to thank also the KV Seguros. I have some people from the KV Seguros, Miguel, Marta, and Betty joining us. Thank you for joining us, the KV Seguros. And also Nuclear Design School with Jared and Enrique joining. Also really great sponsors. Without them, it's impossible to make this event happen.
No, for sure, David. And also, obviously, appreciate the collaboration of Esade, everything that they have supported us, they have give and attended us in order to organize this event and to give us the opportunity to be here and to do all these events, as I said, because without them it wouldn't be possible. No?
Exactly. I want to ask you please again if you can remain silent as possible, because there's people following us on YouTube, so it's difficult for them to follow us if you're talking. You can talk, of course, but please talk outside, and then you can join us back when the jury finishes to deliberate. Thank you. Okay, everyone is here. We have the teams. Teams here, teams there. The teams are ready. I think, are you nervous? Are you nervous? The teams, are you nervous? Are you looking? Yes, they are nervous. Okay, we have Favoro saying here they are nervous. Also Gemma Vallet joining. Thank you for joining us. They are really nervous. I think it's normal to be nervous, no? You would be nervous if you were participating.
Yeah, we didn't know that it was going to be so tight, for sure. I think it will be so tight, and this time that jury is taking to deliberate, it was, it reflects how tight it has been, because it's I'm sure it's a difficult decision, and it will be so tight, but well, it has to be a winner, there has to be a winner, so.
Totally. Let's talk about maybe how did we get here, because there were 14 teams starting, 11 teams made it to the end, 11 teams presented at the Challenge Gala, and only 5 are here. So how did it happen? How did it work?
Yeah, as I explained at the beginning, there are 4 phases in IdeaUp Challenge. They start with the team building phase. Afterward, they start the ideation phase, where they start developing their idea, their project that they are presenting to all of you tonight. And afterwards, there's the 3rd phase, a crucial phase, because it's where teams get their idea and bring it into reality, developing their app if it's needed, their product or whatever is needed. And finally, more crucial than anything, is the communication phase, where teams have been practicing their presentation. And finally, we had a challenge gala, where we classified these 5 teams from the 14 that started at the beginning. It has been a tough challenge for all teams. Only 5 could make it to the final. That we have it here today, and well, I think they have done a great work. So I would like to congratulate them, and personally, from IdeaUp Challenge, from the organization.
Totally. Round of applause for the teams again,
exactly.
For the presentations. They were amazing. I think they were so good. Okay. So jury is finishing to deliberate. They're telling me there are 2 minutes. Is it 2 minutes you're telling me? Okay, 2 minutes. The jury is getting a decision. 80% jury, 20% public votes, and then the winner. So how we're going to proceed? First, we're going to have the speeches from our main partners, the KV and Núcleo. Then we're going to have the speeches from the institutions, Esade, Ajuntament, and also Gobierno de España. And then we're going to have afterwards a little speech from Ennova. We're going to explain you how the year went. No?
For the organization,
it was a great year for us,
Yeah,
I think.
for
we
sure.
need to be proud.
I think the association grew a lot. No,
Yes.
It's a really new association. As I said, it's the second edition from IdeaUp Challenge, which is one of the biggest events that we held this year, as we did, for example, with collaboration with other associations in Emotion in the Circuit de Montmeló the other day. But well, IdeaUp Challenge is crucial for Ennova, and I think this the second edition went really well. And also Ennova, I think it has grew a lot. We have hired many students have wanted to join the association, and we hired the most we could, no, David? And I think we have a great team, as I said before, that makes possible also, apart from collaborations from Esade and from every collaborator, I think the Ennova team, it's what makes this exactly.
Totally, and I think we're the ones speaking today.
Yeah,
but there's an amazing team behind that has made this event possible. We're only here speaking, but while we're speaking, there's many people taking pictures, making sure everything is ready, making sure the jury is ready, making sure the event came. So I want to ask, please, for a round of applause for all the Ennova team, for all the work they did. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I think we have the jury getting here. I think they made a decision.
Yeah,
the jury's here.
They have the verdict.
So we're going to wait for the jury to come and sit. It looks like there is a decision. It looks like there is a winning team. So we're going to wait for the jury to sit, and then we're going to proceed with the institutional speeches that are going to proceed also in this case. So thank you, jury, for joining us. So let's just start maybe with the first institutional speech from one of our main partners, is DKV Seguros. Thank you very much, Marta Oller, Directora del Área de Innovación de DKV Seguros, for joining us on stage. Oh, she's not here yet. Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes. No problem. DKV, we did something with DKV that was amazing. That was the Health for Good Challenge, a 2 days hackathon. And 2 of the winning teams of the hackathon are here today, Qualut and Assurance.
Yeah, because there are 2 ways of getting in this 6-month program, which is IdeaUp Challenge, which is individually, where where people just apply, and we select the 40 best participants that we consider, and they afterwards, in the first phase, create and form the team. But there is also another way, which is the Health for Good challenge, which was held by DKV, which teams already formed, the team was already formed. They just apply IdeaUp Challenge, and they joined us in the second phase, in ideation phase, where they started already to develop their idea. So it was very important, this challenge, for those teams to be able to participate in IdeaUp Challenge.
Perfect. So we're going to wait for Marta to join us, and then we have the speech from the KV, then the speech from Nuclear School, then speech from Esade, then speech from Ayuntamiento de Barcelona, then speech for Government of Spain, lots of speeches, then speech from Ennova, and then the winner. So it's going to take, but I think it's important also to hear everyone supporting us. I think it's also key, because without them, that wouldn't be possible. So we're waiting for Marta to join us here, and then we will proceed. We have a winner. Marta is here. Okay, thank you, Marta, for joining us. Yes, okay, so the floor is yours, totally yours.
And please, a warm welcome.
Warm welcome and round of applause for Marta and for DKV.
Hola, molt bona tarda a tothom. Benvolguda tercera tinent d'alcalde de l'Ajuntament de Barcelona, benvolgut director general d'Innovació i Economia Digital de la Generalitat, estimado alto comisionado para España, Nación Emprendedora, estimados representantes de Esade y Ennova especialmente, y participantes de este IdeaUp Challenge. I'd like to begin by thanking Ennova and Esade for the invitation to participate in this event. The truth is that for me it's a luxury to be here surrounded by so much talent. I believe that this initiative is very much aligned with the innovation ingredients and values that also DKV always strives to promote. IdeaUp is a great initiative and is a firm commitment from Esade and Ennova to train and empower students to forge a learning process and create innovation of the future. It's not that simple to build the right skills and create a specific context in which to grow and innovate. For many years, we've been carrying out open innovation initiatives as it is our hackathon, Health for Good. We launch challenges that respond to problems, strategic needs, and for which we seek talent from an external perspective to help solve them. Last year, we had the opportunity to sponsor a specific Health Good edition, the academic edition, which was also coordinated from Ennova with great success. This sponsorship was intended to promote innovation, talent, and the development of new ideas in the health and insurance sectors. So this year we have continued our collaboration with IdeaUp, and I'd like to thank especially David and all the entire group of professionals and students that managed, mentored, participated, and organized this journey. And I also would like to acknowledge the two teams from the Health for Good that are here today, with highly evolved projects. This work done during the 6 months, is truly powerful, and I did not want to miss the opportunity to acknowledge your hard work. I hope that beyond today's gala, the IdeaUp Challenge experience has also served as a transformative and learning process for the participants who are here. And I have to say that I did not have this kind of opportunities back in my student days. I won't say how many years ago, but I think that you have to make profit of it. It is very valuable for our society also, for the universities, business schools, and economy, that these kind of approaches are more and more adopted these days. And the innovation ecosystem is growing thanks of initiatives like this. Sorry. DKV is part of this innovation landscape because we believe that is a breeding ground for talent, but also we strongly believe that collaborations like this from people and people are the formula to create awesome shared value. Thank you very much, and I wish you all every success in your future. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Marta Villet. And now I would like to invite to the stage our main global partner, which is Núcleo. So I would like to invite and give a warm welcome to Enric Jové and Jared Hill. So please.
Bueno, hola a todos. Yo soy Jared, él es Enric. Y antes de salir al escenario le decía a Enric, no me he preparado nada, la verdad. Y la verdad es que al final, cuando somos emprendedores, esa es la realidad. Te puedes preparar todo lo que quieras y después viene el COVID y adiós. O sea, tienes que volver a rehacer. Y con eso quería decir que ahora mismo todas las presentaciones que hemos visto de vosotros es la parte más bonita. La parte más bonita es la de trabajar en una idea, en un PowerPoint, plasmarla e imaginarse todo aquello que puede llegar a ser. Pero tengo que ser yo el que os dé la mala noticia de que si de verdad llegáis a ser emprendedores, que seguro que sí, no es bonito, a veces no es cómodo, a veces no es agradable y hay mucha incertidumbre. Y no todos estamos preparados para ello, pero sí que se puede superar y se puede tener éxito. Yo hace 2 años salí de una corporate, no tenía nada de experiencia en startups, sí en empresa, me secuestró Núcleo y me propuso montar un negocio. Empezaron a hablar de inversiones, de pre-money, de valoración. Yo decía que sí, no tenía ni idea. Y hoy en día pues estamos en una compañía en la que tenemos presencia en Barcelona, en Madrid y próximamente internacionalmente. Y una cosa me ha quedado muy clara de todo este camino, que siempre te tienes que rodear de los mejores. Y con esa excusa, yo quiero presentaros a Enric Jové, que él sí que sabe de dar speech, él sí que tiene experiencia en ello. ¿Y
me los preparo?
Dime.
¿Me los preparo?
Y se los prepara, obviamente. ¿Y quién mejor para poder hablaros de Núcleo Digital School que nuestro socio Enric Jové? Así que os dejo con él y solo pido un aplauso para él. Gracias.
Buenas tardes a todos. Yo creo que si hay un negocio que necesita un cambio y una revolución, justamente es la educación. No por vuestra generación, sino por las generaciones que vienen después de vosotros. La educación de grado y la educación de posgrado. Pero sobre todo la de posgrado, porque es donde todos nos especializamos en lo que vamos a hacer. Y vuestro futuro será decidir en qué os especializáis. Y los posgrados siguen siendo actualmente demasiado generalistas. Núcleo es una escuela creada desde una aceleradora de startups, un venture builder, Núcleo, con una vocación de hacer una formación emprendedora en sí misma. Porque entendemos que las nuevas generaciones no hacen un máster para escribir una línea más en su currículum, en ese LinkedIn que todos necesitamos para que alguien decida si somos la persona, sino para realmente tener los skills que necesita su posición para hacer algo. Por tanto, aunque sea posgrado, es eminentemente práctica, son bootcamps. Tampoco para personas que pretenden trabajar toda una vida en una misma empresa, porque eso ya no va a ser posible. Nunca más encontraremos one person company. Se ha acabado. Es lo que soñaba mi padre que fuera yo, pero obviamente no lo voy a ser ni yo ni las generaciones que vienen a posteriori. Y estamos ante la primera generación que quiere y tiene que cambiar el mundo. Lo tenemos claro desde un punto de vista de mindset, de vuestra generación, pero lo tenemos claro desde un punto de vista empresarial. O las empresas son sociales y tienen un posicionamiento sobre el mundo, sobre la sociedad, sobre el planeta y sobre las personas, o esto se acaba. El capitalismo desaforado desde la educación lo tenemos que cambiar. Queremos gente que le dé igual trabajar en una multinacional que en una startup. La mentalidad emprendedora es la que va a funcionar, trabajes en la compañía que trabajes. Y a partir de aquí es donde definimos nuestro discurso como escuela de negocios. En primer lugar, no entendemos la educación como transmisión de conocimientos. Pensamos que la educación de posgrado es una capacitación propia de gente para hacer cosas concretas y para capacitar a profesionales. Queremos inspirar a nuestros alumnos, abriéndoles la puerta del conocimiento para que elijan el futuro donde se van a especializar, convirtiendo el mundo en un lugar mejor. Solo desde las empresas, junto con las administraciones, podemos cambiar el mundo. Cada vez más el mundo se cambia con una visión de todos juntos sobre lo que hay que hacer con él. Y por eso intentamos abrir mentes, no cerrarlas con nuestra educación, ni tampoco llenarlas. Entendemos que la educación en sí misma es un efecto multiplicador de la inteligencia de las personas. Por tanto, les provocamos para que intenten hacer una cosa que es clave en las empresas del mañana. 1, analizar. 2, pensar estratégicamente. 3, sacar conclusiones. 4, aprender a tomar decisiones. Y lo hacemos de una forma, con una metodología también propia, que sale de las conclusiones del foro de Davos de la cuarta revolución industrial, que nuestro objetivo es entretener educando. La forma en la que nosotros pretendemos hacer educación de posgrado es entreteniendo. Tiene que ser igual de divertido una clase en nuestra escuela que ir un día a Portaventura. O más, porque sacaremos conclusiones. Porque creemos que el conocimiento es lo único que marca la diferencia. Si tenéis talento y tenéis conocimiento, nunca os faltará trabajo. Y tenemos una gran ventaja en Barcelona, que en este mundo pandémico, donde las ciudades van a mover el mundo y no lo van a mover los estados ni los países, es el mejor lugar para atraer talento. porque puedes trabajar para un mercado como el americano desde Barcelona con una calidad de vida mucho mejor. Y por tanto, la atracción de talento que tiene esta ciudad para trabajar en remoto, que va a ser como mínimo el 50% de nuestro tiempo, es increíblemente superior a la media de las grandes ciudades mundiales. Nuestra metodología, para acabar, tiene 5 ejes clave en los que queremos diferenciarnos. Pretendemos que sea entretenida, experiencial, tecnológica, porque llevamos la tecnología inherente a todo lo que hace núcleo, emocional, pero sobre todo social. Repito, soy muy pesado. O las empresas son sociales o no serán. No podemos dejarlo todo de la mano de la administración ni todo de la mano de las asociaciones no gubernamentales. Las empresas tienen que tener un foco claro en qué quieren que sea el mundo. Por tanto, nuestro foco es desarrollar a personas que tengan, 1, habilidades cognitivas, 2, habilidades creativas. La creatividad es de las otras cosas que marca la diferencia en un gran profesional. 3, capacidades emocionales, pero sobre todo, repito, capacidades sociales. Y cuando desarrollamos estas 4 habilidades múltiples, creemos que tenemos a un buen profesional que seguro que marcará la diferencia. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much to Núcleo Digital School for the support that they gave us during these 6 months. And now, please give a big applause to the SADE representative, to Ivan Bufaruy, the Chief Innovation Officer of Esade. Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you so much. My name is Ivan Bufaruy, and I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at Esade. I understand that most of you here are students, and some of you, or most of you, are students from Esade. So 25 years ago, I was a student, an undergraduate student at Esade, same as you. And you are luckier by far than I was, because you have a platform of technologies, which is something that you can leverage on to achieve your dreams. And this is something that has terrifically changed in the last few years, and it is something that you have to take advantage of. Now, I want to share 3 ideas with you, okay? And these are 3 unstructured notes that I took 5 minutes ago after participating in the jury. The first note is a thank you note. Okay? So the first note is a thank you note for all of you who are students and have been putting together this amazing challenge for everybody. And something that I have learned in the last few years is that leadership is set by example. And you have been setting an example for everybody here in this room. I want to send a special thank you note to Jericho. I don't know where Jericho is, a student from Esade who has been extremely instrumental in making this to happen. He's an example of setting an example for everybody else. He's an example of leadership, and he's an example of leadership by struggling and overcoming difficulties throughout his life to be here and to be achieving this dream of being at Esade and achieving this dream of transforming society through entrepreneurship. The second note is about an advice, is about an advice for all of you who are students here in this room. The advice is something that I have learned in the last couple of years. I have been so lucky to teach a number of companies, a number of entrepreneurs, a number of incumbent companies here in Europe and in Silicon Valley. Something that I have learned throughout these few years is that most disruptive innovations happen outside of the established pie, outside of the established competitive landscape. Most disruptive innovations do not happen in that place where you are sitting comfortably in the boardroom in your company. And in order to make that happen, if you want to disrupt industries, if you want to change the world and change society, you need to think in a non-linear way. And in order to think in a non-linear way, you need to believe in something that most people would be disagreeing with you on.
If you only believe in data, if you are only looking at data, you will be looking at the past. Jeff Bezos said that in order to making disruptive innovations to happen, you always need to try, you have to try something which is unproven, something which is not supported by data. So please try to believe in that thing that most people disagree with you on. Try to think in a non-linear way. And thinking in an interdisciplinary way is an example of thinking in a non-linear way these days. And finally, an invitation. So the final message is about an invitation. So as a Chief Innovation Officer at Esade, I can only tell you that we are living a revolution in education. I recently knew about an initiative from the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez. He's trying to put Miami in the map of the tech cities in the world. He's trying to take advantage of people who are living Silicon Valley these days. And the mayor of Miami created a hashtag which is called, "How can I help you?" And this hashtag is targeting all those people who are trying to change the world through technology. I'm asking you to do the same thing. No matter if you are a student from Esade or you're a student from another university, business school, academic institution. It doesn't matter. We are living a revolution in education in the way on how we access to knowledge and content, in how we put together a learning experience, and in how we validate knowledge. So in all the different dimensions of education and learning. And you can be at the center of this revolution. And there is no better way to contribute to society than transforming education and healthcare, which are probably the two largest industries and the most social industries in the world. So my final message, of course, is, as a Chief Innovation Officer at Esade, if you want to transform education through technology, if you want to apply AI, if you want to apply blockchain in order to transform how we validate knowledge, how can I help you? You can reach me at Esade, through LinkedIn, through Twitter, Ivan Bofarull from Esade. How can I help you? Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Ivan Bofarull, for being with us today. And now I would like to invite to the stage to Laia Bonet, de tercera teniente alcalde del Ayuntamiento de Barcelona. So please, Laia, join us to the stage. Thank you very much. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Thanks. Buenas tardes y muchísimas gracias por invitarnos a compartir con todos vosotros esta magnífica gala. La verdad es que no puedo empezar sino en agradecimiento evidentemente a Esade, pero también a la Asociación de Estudiantes de Ennova, que son los que lideran esta iniciativa. Muchas felicidades a los equipos finalistas que están repartidos entre la sala. La verdad es que me han contado los detalles de los proyectos, no los he podido escuchar en directo, pero los conozco con los titulares. Son ideas brillantes, dejádmelo decir exactamente así como lo veo, enormemente sugerentes y, por lo tanto, empezar con una felicitación a todos los finalistas. Y luego es una tarde de mensajes, una tarde de consejos, ¿no? También, pues mi principal consejo es animaros a seguir trabajando así. Estoy absolutamente convencida que trabajando así, innovando, porque también se ha hablado de innovación hoy, conseguiréis hacer realidad vuestros objetivos. Quiero ser muy breve porque lo importante está por venir y por lo tanto no se trata de ocupar muchos minutos, pero quiero deciros también que, y llevo el nombre aquí, vengo en nombre del Ayuntamiento de Barcelona y por lo tanto quiero hablaros de esta magnífica ciudad de la que también os hablaba Enric Jouvet, comparto plenamente lo que os decía. Si Barcelona es hoy la quinta ciudad de Europa más atractiva al talento digital, si miles de emprendedores, si miles de estudiantes, emprendedores vienen a trabajar, estudiantes escogen Barcelona para instalarse, para hacer su proyecto también de formación, es gracias a vosotros. También es gracias a vosotros. Es gracias también a Esade. Es gracias a todos aquellos que intentan hacer de esta ciudad mejor con proyectos que mejoran nuestra sociedad, empezando por nuestro entorno más directo. Yo creo que es innegable y no puedo dejar de referirme a ello. Hemos pasado un año difícil, muy, muy difícil. Pero estoy segura, absolutamente segura también que saldremos adelante. Desde el Ayuntamiento estamos convencidos de que saldremos adelante. Y si es así, es básicamente porque sabemos que Barcelona está llena de personas con ideas, de personas con talento. También se ha utilizado esta palabra y está presente, de hecho, en cada una de vuestras caras. Está llena de personas con capacidad de emprender y para hacer realidad sus sueños, vuestros sueños. En el ámbito empresarial, evidentemente, en el ámbito tecnológico también, en el ámbito de la ciencia, en el ámbito de la investigación. Eso es así. Barcelona, si me lo permitís, es la ciudad donde los sueños de muchos, como vosotros, se hacen y se pueden hacer realidad. Y las ciudades, en ese sentido, y también coincido con el mensaje de la fortaleza de las ciudades, yo creo que las ciudades hoy son un actor cada vez más importante. Las ciudades están llenas de eso, están llenas de sueños como los vuestros, de sueños de cada uno de nosotros, de hecho, de las ideas que hemos decidido emprender, de los proyectos por los que estamos luchando, que queremos desarrollar, proyectos vitales, cada uno en sí mismo, pero que al final se convierten en una pieza de un gran proyecto común, que es el proyecto de ciudad, que es el que tenemos también la responsabilidad de construir entre todos. Como decía, hemos pasado un año muy difícil, muy complicado. Pero tenemos que volver a levantar la ciudad, tenemos que volver a ponerla en marcha, como tenemos que volver a poner el planeta en marcha. Nosotros desde aquí nos preocupamos por nuestro entorno más inmediato, evidentemente, es nuestra responsabilidad, y cuando hablo de nosotros no estoy hablando del Ayuntamiento, sino de los que hemos apostado por Barcelona y como nuestro sitio de ubicación y de crear nuestro propio proyecto. Y por eso esta semana precisamente hemos llevado a cabo unas jornadas de trabajo que se llaman Barcelona Reactivation, obviamente, porque es lo que entendemos que tocas. Algunos de vosotros quizá la habréis escuchado hablar o quizá alguno incluso ha podido seguir alguna de las sesiones. La verdad es que han sido unas jornadas muy positivas en términos de debate, de discusión sobre nuestras posibilidades, sobre las oportunidades que tenemos. También unas jornadas en las que hemos podido presentar proyectos que creo que son y pueden ser determinantes para el futuro de nuestra ciudad. Ayer mismo presentábamos un proyecto que se llama Barcelona Innovation Coast, que precisamente partiendo del ecosistema, del fuerte ecosistema de innovación que ya existe en nuestra ciudad, lo que hace es generar las herramientas, que a menudo va de eso, de crear herramientas simplemente más que de crear paredes y techos para un proyecto concreto, de crear herramientas para hacer posible que aquí arraiguen proyectos que a lo mejor están empezando a crecer en las mentes de algunos de vosotros o de otras personas, aquí o más allá, y que están buscando el sitio donde instalarse. Eso es lo que presentábamos ayer y además lo presentábamos con un proyecto claramente colectivo, que suma a todos los actores que tienen algo que decir en el desarrollo, en la coordinación y en el impulso de la innovación en nuestra ciudad. Os decía que estamos impulsando muchas iniciativas desde el Ayuntamiento, estamos también poniendo en común proyectos que sabemos que existen en nuestra ciudad, porque esta es la primera fase para que luego proyectos que necesitan de la colaboración de varios actores funcionen y arraiguen en nuestra ciudad, pero evidentemente, más allá de hacer eso, la fuerza de la ciudad no está estrictamente en las instituciones, sino que está en su gente, está en las personas que, como os decía, como todos los que estamos aquí, pues apostamos para fortalecer esta ciudad y para hacer de ella un mejor sitio donde vivir. En la gente que trabaja, en la gente que vive en nuestra ciudad, en Barcelona, haya nacido aquí, haya nacido en otra parte, pero haya decidido instalarse aquí. Y eso es lo que es esta Barcelona, una Barcelona en la que todos sumamos y que entre todos queremos hacer mejor, más resiliente, más ambiciosa también, más innovadora, y eso es lo que estamos intentando y a lo que suma enormemente galas como esta y procesos de formación, de creatividad y de emprendeduría como los que hemos podido asistir con este proceso generado por Esade y por Ennova de la IdeaUp. O sea que felicidades ante todo a todos los finalistas, a todos los que se sumaron al proceso, aunque no estén hoy aquí ya, a todos los finalistas especialmente, y os invito a seguir trabajando así y a hacer de Barcelona, como os decía, lo que creo que queremos todos, una ciudad mejor. Gracias y felicidades de antemano.
Muchísimas gracias, Laia Bonet, tercera teniente de alcalde y Ayuntamiento de Barcelona, por vuestro apoyo y por tu discurso. Me gustaría acabar el último discurso institucional del Alto Comisionado, por parte del Gobierno de España, del Alto Comisionado para la España Nación Emprendedora. No nos ha podido acompañar presencialmente, pero nos ha mandado un vídeo, así que muchísimas gracias también al Gobierno por este apoyo y por el vídeo que nos ha mandado. Francisco Polo, adelante con el vídeo y muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos en el día de hoy.
Hola a todos y a todas. Muchas gracias, David Andrés, presidente de la Asociación de Emprendimiento e Innovación. Muchas gracias, David Andrés, por invitarme a intervenir de la Asociación de Emprendimiento e Innovación Ennova, por invitarme a intervenir. Es un placer participar en un acto que desborda talento y que reconoce proyectos innovadores. Es un placer participar en un acto que desborda talento y que reconoce proyectos innovadores. También es un placer volver a Esade, de la que guardo un gran recuerdo. Fue aquí donde estudié Derecho y fue aquí donde viví algunas experiencias que me ayudaron a generando ideas desde distintas universidades para abordar el mañana. Generando ideas desde distintas universidades para abordar el mañana. Y de futuro es de lo que quiero hablar los grandes retos del futuro. Hoy quiero hablar de la oportunidad que tenemos como país de partir. Hoy quiero hablar de la oportunidad que tenemos como país de cómo hacer de España una nación emprendedora y que esa nación que construyamos sea sinónimo de un futuro mejor. Cuando las crisis globales estallan, ni todos los países se recuperan de la misma manera, ni todos los países se recuperan igual de rápido. Es algo de lo que fuimos testigos con la crisis de 2008. Como bien sabéis, fue una crisis que marcó a nuestra generación, una crisis que golpeó a España con especial dureza por nuestro modelo productivo y por la elevada temporalidad de nuestro mercado laboral. Mientras que los puestos de alta cualificación y de alto valor añadido fueron los que menos sufrieron, la destrucción de empleo se cebó con los trabajos con peores condiciones y particularmente con la gente joven. De hecho, la tasa de desempleo juvenil fue entonces del 55%, una cifra que lamentablemente no dista de la registrada 10 años después con la crisis derivada de la pandemia que estamos viviendo. Al término del año 2020, la tasa de paro juvenil ha sido superior al 40%. ¿Qué tiene que ocurrir en España para que seamos un país más resiliente ante las crisis? La respuesta está en un cambio urgente de nuestro modelo productivo. Necesitamos transformar nuestras bases productivas para tener una economía más innovadora, con incrementos constantes en la aportación de valor. Es el momento de hacer de España una nación emprendedora. Tenemos una visión clara de la España que queremos tener dentro de 10 años, una visión en la que ya estamos trabajando. Para el año 2030 queremos que España sea una nación emprendedora que haga del emprendimiento innovador el rompehielos de un nuevo modelo económico. Una nación en la que el emprendimiento innovador se apalanque en los sectores tractores del país para que, al trasladar a estos sectores su componente innovador, se generen círculos virtuosos que ayuden a incrementar la competitividad de las grandes empresas y a crear más empleo de calidad. Y una nación emprendedora que se haya construido sobre políticas inclusivas para no dejar a nadie atrás. Para alcanzar esta visión hemos elaborado la Estrategia España Nación Emprendedora, una estrategia para transformar las bases productivas del país y que ha sido presentada en febrero de este año por el presidente del Gobierno, Pedro Sánchez. Esta estrategia recoge 50 medidas para promover el emprendimiento innovador en nuestro país, el sector de la economía que genera mayores retornos de la productividad y que, según la OCDE, entre el 4 y el 6% de las empresas de alto crecimiento producen entre la mitad y 3/4 partes del empleo neto en las naciones avanzadas. Un empleo que además es de mayor calidad que la media. El 60% de los puestos de trabajo que crean estas compañías son indefinidos. Las medidas que contempla la estrategia ayudarán a que todos esos proyectos que tenéis en mente podáis llevarlos a cabo con mucho más viento a favor del que tuvimos quienes emprendimos 10 años atrás. Entre ellas encontramos la Ley de Fomento del Ecosistema de Empresas Emergentes, que supondrá un hito al reconocer la especificidad de las startups como empresas con alto potencial de crecimiento y de creación de empleo, riqueza e innovación. También facilitará el acceso a la financiación y el apoyo a las startups, así como la atracción y retención de talento, e incluirá beneficios fiscales e incentivos a la inversión. En definitiva, por primera vez en nuestro país tenemos una estrategia para hacer del emprendimiento innovador el rompehielos para un nuevo modelo económico. Una estrategia para la que se destinarán más de 1.560 millones de euros solo en el año 2021. Decía Roosevelt que no siempre podremos construir el futuro para nuestros jóvenes, pero podemos construir jóvenes para el futuro. En el Gobierno estamos decididos a hacer esto una realidad. Porque en España no solo tenemos el talento capaz de generar las ideas del mañana, el talento que nace y se desarrolla en iniciativas como IdeaUp Challenge. Por primera vez en España hemos diseñado una estrategia que nos hará proyectar un país de empleo y futuro, la estrategia España Nación Emprendedora. Os invito a todos y a todas a que sigáis enriqueciendo vuestro espíritu emprendedor y os invito a ir más allá. Os invito a que nos ayudéis a construir la nación emprendedora con mayor impacto social de la historia. Muchas gracias y mucha suerte.
Support you gave us, and now Alex, what's next?
Yeah, now we'll have the last speech before revealing the results, the winner of tonight's final gala of IdeaUp Challenge. So please, I will ask all of you to give a warm welcome to David Andrés, the president of Ennova Esade Association, and Jericho Agdan, the director of IdeaUp Challenge.
So please.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the support we're having and for all the support we're having on this gala. We want to do a brief speech to explain what we've done this year in Ennova and also to do some thank yous that we need and we think we need to do some thank yous to people who deserve it. So Jericho, let's start by Ennova. What a year it has been, right?
Thank you so much, David. So this year has been a hectic year and we really enjoyed what we have done and achieved so far. So first and foremost, we want to emphasize the event that we have done with DKV Salud. More than 100 people participated in the Health for Good Challenge, in which they had to solve one of the two problems presented by DKV. One regarding insurance, and second about women's health. In the end, the best teams, they had the opportunity to continue to pursue their startups by free in the IdeaUp Challenge. So now, David, let's move on to the second project that we want to highlight.
Yes, we also want to highlight Emotion. We wanted to do an event for discussing the future of mobility. We wanted to invite also public institutions, car manufacturers, and startups related to mobility, and we wanted to talk and discuss the future of mobility. And what a better place to discuss future of mobility than the circuit of Barcelona-Catalunya in Montmeló. We gathered with 4 other Esade student associations, and all together at the circuit of Montmeló, we did an event with more than 80 people attending a car exposition. It was absolutely a great event, Jericho. I think we also want to highlight today.
Indeed, David. So now let's move to the last project that we want to highlight, which was the event of Insights, an event that we agglutinated 20 people, thought leaders and speakers in the music industry regarding music, and it was an event that was launched by Ennova Esade musicians last March, and it was a successful event in which more than 700 people virtually attended the event. So it was a successful event talking about the future of music. So now let's move on to the next topic that we want to highlight, which is our partners. We want to thank Esade, DKV, and Núcleo for making this happen. Without you, this event would have been impossible.
Totally. Also, as I said before, our educational partners, the Student Council from Epitech, Toulouse Business School, Pompeu Fabra, Rovira i Virgili, also participating in our events, students from these universities and other universities participating in our events. Also, Imagine Creativity Center that has provided the Lombard method for our events. Cambra Emprenedors i Empresaris that is providing prizes and is providing support also to our events. Also, Esade Creapolis, Del Carne, we have Jaime here. Thank you, Del Carne and Jaime, for all your support, especially helping teams to communicate. No? I think we saw great presentations from teams today. it's on your side as well for the help you gave them. So thank you very much, Jaime, for your support. Also, Acció, Catalunya, Esade Entrepreneurship Institute, Coca-Cola. Also, some of you have, especially the participants, they have Coca-Cola on their bags, so you can drink afterwards for sure. And then also, founder Zeta, Bridge for Billions, and Onza. We have Gemma Vallet from Onza there, so you can talk to her later afterwards for sure. I think it's been great, all the support from these partners. And there's some people that we want to highlight probably the most on this gala because they truly deserve it, Jericho.
Indeed. I remember last summer when David proposed me to lead the IdeaUp Challenge. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect. And in the end, it was an amazing experience. And for that reason, we want to thank our mentors of the IdeaUp Challenge. First and foremost, we want to thank Xavier Bardaguer, Alexandre, Joaquin, Adriana Freitas,
Laura, Gemma, Francesc, and Humbert also.
And also Carlos, Javier, and Kim.
Also Ramon, Pep, and Urs. We want to do something, okay? I know not all mentors are here because some of them had to leave and some of them couldn't make it. But for the ones coming here, I would like, first of all, to ask them to come to the stage because we have a small gift to them. So please, for the mentors here, come to the stage and a big round of applause for them. Thank you very much. It's a small gift. We want to give you a small gift from Esade. Thank you very much. Thank you, Adriana. And we want to take a picture of all the mentors here, please, with us coming today. So thank you very much. Let's take a picture all together. All the mentors, go to the, what? Just, almost. Okay, so a picture of the mentors, please. So Ennova communication team taking the pictures. Well, let's change maybe the slide. With a quote we always like to say. Gemma also, thank you, Gemma, for joining us. Thank you. You truly deserve it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing. And let's finish our speech, Jericho, with this quote. It's a quote we always like to say at Ennova. It's a quote that was said by Victor Hugo. There is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. The time of all ideas are here, the time of them has come, and I'm sure they will succeed, not only the winner, but everyone. And a final round of applause for the teams presenting today. Thank you for your work.
Thank you so much.
All right, the moment has arrived, finally. Yes. The moment is here. Okay, so I'm going to ask Marta Oye and Jared Hill if you can please come to the stage because we will ask you to give, you didn't know, sorry, I know, but we're going to ask you to give some of the prizes. Jericho is going to give the third prize to the third winning team, Jared to the second winning team, and Marta from the KV to the winning team. So we're going to do the following. I'm going to ask also Alex and Pablo to join us to start announcing the winners. We're going to do the following. We announce a team, the team comes on stage, they receive the prize, and they go down to the place. Okay? Let's just start by the third team. Alex, the third place.
Yeah. So the third place in this final gala of IdeaUp Challenge is for the team Favoro. So a big round of applause.
So Jericho Agdan gives the prize to the team. Congratulations. Let's take a picture of the team. Third team on this IdeaUp Challenge. Big congrats. You deserve it. You have this trophy and you have also 20% discount in Bridge for Billions. So congratulations. And you will be able to continue your idea. Thank you very much. And great job. Round of applause for them. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And now the second classified of the second edition of the IdeaUp Challenge, the IdeaUp Challenge 2021. The second classified is Ursify. Congrats.
Congrats, Jared Hill from Nuclear Digital School giving the prize. big congrats. The prize is yours. You're getting a full course Founder Zeta online course. You're getting also the discount on Reach for Billions. You're getting also this trophy. So big congrats. Congrats for your work, amazing work. Pictures being taken now. And
well done, Ursfai.
Well done. Okay, the big moment. The big moment is here. Let's give it a little suspense. Maybe, no. I'm sure you all want to know the winner. So the winning team, they are getting the trophies. They are getting La Cámara Emprendedores Acceleration Program. They are getting Esade Acceleration Program. They are getting a full course, one of them, a full master in Nucleus Digital School, valued in 7,000 euros. They are getting the others 50% discount. They are getting 20% discount in Reach for Billions. So the big prize and the winners of IdeaUp Challenge 2021. Big applause for Qualut! Congrats! Qualut wins IdeaUp Challenge. They will give you a prize.
I l'altre petit també.
Okay. Big congrats, Qualut. Well done. Felicitats. Felicitats. Okay, I think it's over. It's sad, but it's over. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. We'll be doing more events. See you next year. And thank you everyone for attending and for helping us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. Staring blankly ahead, just making my way, making a way through the crowd. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time